G'day Sunshines, welcome to Tarot with Tracey and a deep dive 6-card reading today. Something's been showing up for you, and if you're drawn to listening into this today, there might be a word or a card or the entire story that just pings for you and gives you some sense of what it is that deepens an understanding and gives you an idea of what you'd like to do differently or understand it differently, or bring into being in your life. So who knows? Let's have a look at this reading then. We're starting here with where are we at? And the card that's coming through here is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So something for you feels like it's blocked. Normally our Page of Pentacles is getting in there and tilling the fields and getting everything ready, holding that pentacle very tenderly as he gets going. He's a very sort of young and naive but energetic person who can get a lot of work done. He's very organized, prepared in advance. And somehow for you at the moment, you've not been feeling that sense of being organized, being prepared. You're just not feeling it. You know how sometimes we just don't want to get it done and we're not quite sure what's blocking us, but every time we go to do it, we just go, ugh. So something in your life is feeling like that at the moment. And the fields simply haven't been getting tilled. Like whatever it is that you're supposed to be preparing for and making happen, you've not been doing it. And while some people would go, there's a laziness on board, I never, ever subscribe to laziness. For me, when we're not doing something, that's an indication of something that needs to change. So it's a call, not a lazy thing, but a call to deepen our understanding, because we're not by definition lazy. People just need to be in the right place and have the right stimuli, and they are away. And if you're not away and doing your thing and getting your fields tilled, there's a reason for that. And that's the interesting question. So how come things aren't progressing for you right now? How come you're not out there tilling the field in whatever that energy is? And here we have the Page of Wands upright. So this is the history to this feeling of blockedness or lack of energy for something. Now, a Page of Wands guy, he is a very solid player. He's again the youthful end of the court suite. So he's the young and somewhat naive one. But generally speaking, he's very organized with his energies. He tips into whatever it is that's needed and he brings it into being. But at the moment, he can also be seen to be quite solid. Can you see? Normally you'd say this is very dependable. But in fact, in this instance, do you see the tiny red flame in his hat? Sometimes this can be seen as just plain boring. So it's dependable and solid can also be seen to be uninspired. So because of where this card is sitting in the reading today, because this is the trigger for this energy here, this Page of Wands is triggering a Page of Pentacles in reverse. It's almost like it's a trigger or spark card. So in a sense, the lack of passion that's coming up is causing the lack of activity that's needed for progress. Isn't that curious? So there's some part of you which is going, yeah, solid, yeah, dependable, yeah. So if that energy resonates, then that is the nugget, the nubs, the core of the problem that's going on for you right now. Whether that's relational, health programs, at work, whatever, that kind of dynamic. So what is it that's challenging for us? Where is it that's tripping us up? And here we've got the Three of Cups in reverse. So what we're resisting or what we're finding challenging is the need to have a tribe of people or a bunch of friends that we would like to connect with. So relating now to the sense of the pages and the blocked energy or the dulled energy, what we're afraid of stepping into is this connection with these other people. So what is it about the tribe that's causing you conniptions? Do you not want to be seen as one of them? Are you afraid that if you connect with them, that it will be painful in some way? Something about the tribe or the friendship group. Do you just not have friendships at the moment? Is there a sort of a breakdown in the closeness? Because is the closeness something that feels sometimes asphyxiating? What is it that's causing a challenge here for you in the supportive friendships? Because as we're going through the sense of frustrated non-productiveness, we're not got our friendship group that can help us to get through it, perhaps. So as we're sitting here with this dilemma of the Three of Cups in reverse as a bit of a challenge point for us, or a sticking point for us, Spirit suggests through tarot here that we step into a King of Swords. So where the Three of Cups is emotions that are not flowing, emotions of connection with others that is not happening, Spirit says we need to think clearly here. This is not about the flowing of emotions. This is about being really clear about what it is that we want. So the King of Swords can be very transformational. There are butterflies there on his throne, and butterflies in his, I think they're actually butterflies in his crown. Can't quite see them so well in this card, but yes. So, he is the clear thinker of transformation. So he says, right, so we're feeling a bit like on the lonely side, or a bit unsupported perhaps, or a bit afraid of the deep connections with others. Let's think clearly about this. What is it that we need to do? What is it that's the solution here that we can step into? And as we get that clear-sightedness and the transformation, there's a leadership skill that comes with that. So instead of waiting perhaps to be picked up by the group of people that we want to connect with, we get out there and we make it happen. How about that for a thought? We actually get out there and bring in the tribe. Even though we've been a bit afraid of what that might look like, with that clear thinking, we get out there, and with the blessing of that sword, we start the connections going. And as we do that, as we deal with this block of the lack of tribe, the page energy begins to become unleashed. And that means that our next right action becomes this little guy in reverse. He's always such a tight-looking little individual. So this is our Four of Pentacles in reverse. So when he's upright, this one is commonly known as the miser. He's hanging on tight, under threat. When we're feeling threatened, we hold on so tight to that which we know and to that which we think will actually make us feel stronger, safer, more settled, more secure, whatever. It's a feeling that there's not enough. There's a fear of missing out, the old FOMO. I've got to hang on because I don't want to miss out. It's just like there's not enough. The abundance is just not there, and I have to cling to this. And what ends up happening is that his 2 feet are stuck on the ground, and his hands are trapped on that pentacle, and he is weighed down by the massive pentacle on his head. So there's a real stuckness that comes with this energy. But today, the right action card here is this energy in reverse. So releasing ourselves from the binds of being stuck with limited thinking, or thinking of resources as being limited, the not enoughness. Today we're being invited to step into more than enough, to letting go of those things that we've been clinging to. So perhaps, for example, you're clinging to independence. I don't need other people. I can be totally independent. Then we hold on tight to that. Clear thinking comes in with the king, and then we are back to the space of going, actually, I can let go of that, and I can step into connection with others. So letting go, rather than hanging on tight, letting go. Again, also, perhaps you're going, I just can't spend the money to make that happen in my life right now. And this is perhaps suggesting, actually we need to invest some resources here. And the king comes in and says, let's invest some resources. Let's actually spend the time resources. Doesn't even have to be money resources, but time resources with other people to connect with them, so that we can start energizing and feeling that flow of, yes, I'm going to till that field and get ready for that next thing to happen. So all these cards today in this reading are all very practical cards. They're not about some major soul growth or some development of, some major arcana here. They're very much the day-to-day practical things of letting go, softening up, reaching out to others, thinking clearly, tilling the fields as needed, that sort of thing. So finally, if we do soften up and we do let go and we do find a way of reaching out and connecting, the reward is that we come in from the cold. So sometimes we position ourselves out here, the Five of Pentacles, outside the warmth of the cathedral. Sometimes we actually choose the hard road of walking down that snowy path, feeling like we're all alone, even though in fact there are other walking woundeds right there with us. But if we actually choose to soften up here with our Four of Pentacles in reverse, think clearly with our King of Swords, conquer that fear of or the issues that you've got around that sense of connecting with the tribe, or not having a tribe, actually taking steps to build it, then what we find is that we're no longer feeling out in the cold. Here is the outcome, the beautiful gift at the end of the day, is that instead of feeling outside, we feel absolutely like we're part of the group, part of the tribe, part of life, part of living. We feel like we really belong. And instead of feeling that woundedness, we feel that blessing of the colored windows, you know, the blessing of being bathed in that light that comes through the windows, or in fact, if we're stepping in through the doors into that space, or perhaps not even needing to be in that space, but just knowing that we can shed the shackles of this woundedness and just go, yes, I'm actually full, whole, and complete as I am. So that's a very practical energy. So that's where tarot is taking us today. And once we've done that, once we shed that energy of walking wounded and shed that energy of miserliness and stepped into abundance and I'm okay and I'm whole as I am, what it brings us back full circle to is realizing that the Page of Pentacles, who's been upside down and unable to be productive, suddenly goes, and now the energy is here. So any judgment of laziness has been dealt with as we've worked through these other issues, and we're able to find that inner mojo again. And this little guy who's your dependable guy can actually be useful again. So bright, beautiful, practical, sensible blessings of finding your way into the beautiful flow of your life. Bright blessings.